welcome to another episode of So You Want to Travel the World. I'm Kristen, and then my travel buddy over here, Siya.
Hey everyone, how's it going?
We're wearing pajamas because they're way too comfortable to change out of. So I hope you like Smurfs. I think that everyone should put their pajamas on before you watch this video, in fact.
Yeah, take a minute.
Cool.
We'll wait.
So this episode is going to be a little bit different than the others. A lot of you have asked really good questions. So we're here getting a guy's perspective as well as a female's perspective on these travel related questions. So let's start.
This question comes from Isabel Garcia, who's leaving to travel for a couple of weeks in Europe. And she asked, do you think it's crucial to get a disposable phone when I'm in a country, or since it's such a short trip, should I just use my money and time towards the actual trip and not to having a phone?
Personally, I say forget the phone. There's no need for it. Europe, you're gonna have phones everywhere. You can use internet, you can use Skype. It's really not necessary. Or you can get a phone card as well if you need to make a phone call. But because you're only away for 2 weeks, I'd say just enjoy your time. Enjoy not having a phone. In today's society, we're constantly on our phones, and if we're not on our phones, we think that they're vibrating in our pockets when they're not even. You know, the phantom vibrate, is that what it's called?
Phantom vibrate,
yeah.
If you need a phone for safety reasons, then yeah, you can get a phone. Don't use it because you always feel like you need a phone and that something might happen and you might need a phone. Don't think that way. Think you're there to enjoy the country and the experience. It's not so much of being connected, you travel to kind of disconnect.
If you are going on a longer trip to various countries, I would recommend getting a phone because it's nice to have it for safety reasons. And some places are more dangerous than others, or there's less access to a public phone. So in that instance, I would say it's, I guess, important to have one.
I also think it's important not to just get a phone that you can use traveling and toss away, but I also found a huge benefit in bringing a better phone that has Wi-Fi capabilities that you can use to look up things when you're on the road.
I would mention though, if you are using a smartphone or an Android, I mentioned in my last video, How to Budget Travel Part 2, which you can see right here. I mentioned that it's important to turn off your data because you don't want to make the mistake of not turning it off, coming home and seeing a massive phone bill where there's like you can't even comprehend how much that you have to pay because you forgot to turn off your data. So this one comes from Doreen Abu Shakra. I hope I said your name right. I'm sorry if I did not. How do you avoid dangerous situations that may arise or language barriers, and how do you know your way around?
Very good question. How do you avoid dangerous situations? And I'd say the same way you avoid them here. If you encounter someone that you don't feel like you trust, then you remove yourself from that situation. Learn a lot about yourself while traveling. We've traveled to, over 15 countries together. And we've been in situations where I wouldn't say we were in that much danger, but we could have been. And we trusted our intuition and possibly avoided bad situations. With people, you really have to trust how you feel about that person and feel the vibes. And I've learned that she's better at this than I am. I think
it's that female instinct, that maternal instinct that we have as females. Like, we're in tune with people's feelings and energies, and that's real, so trust it. If you don't feel safe in a situation, you walk into a guest house and there's just something that's not right about it, leave. You don't have to trust everyone, and just remember you're the most important, so take care of yourself and trust yourself.
There's so many wonderful people out there. So don't waste your time with people that make you feel uncomfortable. You're here to feel great, to feel comfortable, to enjoy the place you're traveling to. I'd say about 90% of your experience traveling somewhere are the people. When someone explains a great country they've been to or a bad country, it always reflects the people. The people were incredible. They were so nice. They were so helpful. Maybe the food wasn't as good. Maybe the nightlife wasn't great. Maybe the beaches weren't wonderful. But the people were incredible. On the topic of the actual place, do your research. Look it up. Read places to avoid. Read scams that might happen in that country.
That's a good one.
Read, about how to avoid those situations. Learn a bit of their language. Learn a few sentences.
Hello, goodbye, how much, where's the washroom, just basic things.
Be respectful of their culture. It breaks down that barrier. It makes the other person feel more comfortable.
And it's also a form of respect. Even if it's just hello or thank you in the native language, it shows that you're making an effort, that you're in their country and you're making an effort. And also going back to what he was saying about doing your research, do your research, but don't go over the top where you're going to be worried oh, this can't happen, so it's going to happen to me, or this happened. Just anything can happen anywhere. Anything can happen right now in your own backyard. So just do your research, use common sense, but don't be paranoid. Now going to language barriers. You don't have to know the language of a country in order to travel there. And what I've learned throughout my travels is the most important language of all, the universal language, body language. Using your hands, as I do all the time, crazily. Using your hands, using your facial expressions is such a great way to communicate with people. All over the world, we use almost all of the same expressions mean the same things, with the exception of a few. I'm hungry, where's the washroom, squat,
Yeah, just play charades. Learn how to play charades.
Best game ever.
I actually have an app
It's turning into a phone commercial.
that translates for you. And it doesn't just translate text, it actually reads it out in that language.
So cool.
Or you can say something in your language, it reads it out in theirs. So this app is called Translate. This is going to translate English to Hindi. What is your name in English? Recorded it. And then in Hindi. Actually spells it out and writes it in their language too. So if the wording is muffled, it's at least spelled it out in their language.
So you can just show somebody.
So you can just show somebody the phone and it understands.
And it's free.
Of course it's free. Yeah, that's the best part. That's the best part.
Free.
This next question is from Jessica Kutruffello. And her question is, how do you make cool videos while traveling without looking silly with a camera?
Silly's fun. You just gotta forget what people think, and there's still a part of me that's like, okay, I have to film something ridiculous right now. Oh my god, who's here? Who's looking? Who's watching? I don't want people to see me. But in order to film videos, you have to just block that out, honestly. If you want to be yourself and show that on camera, who cares what people think?
Do you ask people before you film in the area?
Depends on the situation. Like when we did the documentary in Peru, we brought release forms and had people fill them out because we were doing interviews with people. Okay, this one is from Moniza Peralta Reyes. I hope I said your name right. Sorry if I did not. As a woman traveling by yourself, I would be scared. What would you do to be safe? Take it away. I think this one's for him, right?
As a solo female traveler, I have no idea what to say. Sonia.
I got this. But going back to what we've already been talking about, trusting your gut, going with that instinct that you have, it's so important, and that's honestly my number one answer to this question.
For all the women out there watching, wondering if it's safe for solo female travelers, you are the number one traveler out there.
It's true.
Solo
so
female
true.
travelers are out there.
We're taking over.
Yeah, more than single male travelers, more than couples, more than a bunch of guys or a bunch of girls traveling together. Yeah, solo female travelers take over the travel world.
It's pretty amazing. And I mean, just again, follow your instinct. If you're in a country where you should be covering up because you don't want to draw attention and it's respectful, then cover up. Things like that, Don't walk around at night by yourself. Walk with a group, or just don't be out too late. That's not gonna happen. Just make sure you're with a group.
And you're never really alone anyways.
It's true.
Like everyone, all solo travelers are out there kind of worried like, oh, I don't want to be alone. And you're all together. So don't worry about that. The first place you go to, you're going to meet other travelers. You're going to make lifelong friends. Some of our best friends are travelers who we barely get to see. But we talk as often as we can.
Even if you want to be alone, it's kind of difficult. You have to like lock yourself in your room. But when you do travel alone, you do have the power to make your own choices. You can stick with a group you've just made friends with, or you can continue on your own journey and make new friends.
And we have been to countries where it actually wasn't safe for a woman to be alone, and she was more well respected because I was around. And that's just based on the country.
Like Morocco.
Yeah, like Morocco. That happened in Tunisia as well. But
it just felt good to walk with him. But if you don't have someone to travel with, you can meet other travelers, other men who are traveling alone, other females. At least you're with somebody else, you know? Thank you so much for all your wonderful questions. We really appreciate them, love answering them. So if you have any more for either of us, leave a comment in the box below and let us know. Give us your questions, we'll answer them.
Yeah, I really like this. And guys, if you have any questions for me, let me know. I'm here for you. Ladies, any questions for me either? You know, I'm here.
And also, I haven't really talked about couples travel, so that's going to be coming up in an upcoming video. We'll make it a little funnier for that one, but if you guys have any couple-related questions, ask away. Solo-related, we've done it both ways.
You really get to know the person when you travel together.
We'll see you later, guys, and don't forget to subscribe because every Tuesday and now Thursday, I will be posting a new video, travel-related or comedy-related. Either way, it's going to be fun. Promise you. So don't forget to subscribe.
Tuesday and Thursday. Wow.
Yeah.
All right, this is going to be exciting. See you guys later.
See ya.